Wysteria, energy, twister. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a short romantic story. This story is called Emma, the Time Traveler's Love Story. Once upon a time, in a world much like our own, a brilliant scientist named Dr. Emma Thompson had made a groundbreaking discovery. She'd been working on a top secret project for years, and she had finally succeeded in developing a working theory of time travel. Emma's theory was based on the manipulation of wormholes, and she had built a prototype machine to test it. Despite the enormity of her discovery, Emma's colleagues and her funding agency were skeptical of her claims. They argued that time travel was impossible and that her theory was nothing more than science fiction. Emma knew that she had to prove them wrong. She had to demonstrate that her machine worked, and she had to do it quickly before her funding ran out. Determined to prove the doubters wrong, Emma decided to test the machine herself. She stepped into the machine, set the dials to take her back in time, and hit the button. The machine whirred to life, and Emma felt a strange sensation wash over her as she was propelled through time. When she emerged from the machine, she found herself in a bustling city street, surrounded by horse-drawn carriages and people dressed in clothes from a different era. Emma was overjoyed at her success, but she soon realized that she had a problem. She had no way to get back to her own time. The machine she had used to travel back in time was a one-way trip, and she had no way to return to the present. Determined not to be stranded in the past, Emma set out to find a way back to her own time. She knew that she needed to find someone who could help her, someone with a deep understanding of science and technology. After much searching, Emma finally found a young inventor named Jack. He was a genius and had a workshop filled with all sorts of gadgets and machines. Emma explained her situation to Jack and asked for his help. Jack was very intrigued by Emma's story, and he did agree to help her. Together, they set out to build a new time machine, one that would allow Emma to return to her own time. They worked tirelessly on the new machine, using all of Jack's knowledge and resources. As they worked, Emma and Jack grew closer. They found themselves falling in love. But Emma knew that she could not stay in the past, as much as she wanted to. She had to get back to her own time and prevent the catastrophic event that had led her to build the time machine in the first place. Emma had discovered that in her time, a massive asteroid was going to collide with Earth, destroying the planet and its inhabitants. She had built the machine to travel back in time and prevent the asteroid from hitting Earth. Finally, the new time machine was ready. Emma and Jack said their goodbyes, promising to meet again in the future. Emma stepped into the machine and set the dials to take her back to her own time. She emerged back in the present, and to her horror, she found that the asteroid had already hit the Earth. Cities were in ruins, millions of people were dead. Emma knew that she had to act fast to fix her mistake. With the help of her team, Emma set out to correct the timeline. They built a new machine, one that would allow them to travel back in time again, but this time with a team and a plan. Emma, Jack, and their team travelled back to key moments in history, making small changes that would prevent the asteroid from hitting the Earth. They encountered many challenges and obstacles on their journey. They had to navigate the complex web of cause and effect, making sure that their actions in the past did not have unintended consequences in the present. They had to make sure that their actions didn't change the course of history or create any kind of paradox. At one point, they had to travel back to the early 20th century and prevent a scientist from sharing his findings, which would have led to the development of the technology that would have been used to deflect the asteroid. In another instance, they had to travel to the future to point when the asteroid was about to hit Earth and use their technology to destroy the asteroid before it could hit the planet. But despite the challenges, they were able to succeed in their mission. They made it back to the present, and the world was once again at peace. Emma and her team were hailed as heroes, and their names went down in history as people who saved the planet. But Emma knew that she could not stay in the present. She had to go back and be with Jack. She stepped into the time machine and set the dials to take her back to the past, to the year 1900, where her true love was waiting for her. And she did, in fact, step into the machine, go back to Jack, and did spend the rest of her life with her true love, but in the past, not the present. Thank you for listening to this short romance tale, also futuristic as you can tell, sort of scientific tale as well. I appreciate it though anyway for tuning in, guys. Please hit that like, share if you can, and also do consider subscribing if you have not yet done already. Many blessings. Wysteria, energy, twister.